Come here. Come here. Come here. Baby. Oh. Hey Leo, it's a pleasure, honor, and a privilege to be reading for you as always. So let's go ahead and look into February 2023. So let's see what just comes out for you. Let's see what comes out for you. Why am I hearing the name? Isn't he in? Oh my God, I'm about to sound so dumb, but the name Bill Belichick. And I know he has some role in the NFL. So I don't know if somebody's watching the game, prepping for Super Bowl Sunday next weekend, or you're traveling maybe for the Super Bowl or something around that. I just heard Bill Belichick just straight. Like, what the? Like, what does that man have to do with me? All right, Two of Swords in the reverse. Maybe you're catching the game highlights or something while watching this. I don't know. We have the Empress. Tell me more. Justice. And last one, Ace of. And the Page of Swords. You're coming for what's yours, Leo. Two of Swords in reverse, the Empress and Justice, and the Ace of Pentacles. You are coming for what's yours. I don't care who try to block you, whom try to block you. If it's more than one, I don't care what else. Even if I can give you 1,000,001 examples. But with that Two of Swords being in the reverse and the Justice, and this reminds me of karmic justice, getting your just due. This is universe, this is spirit saying to you, no more locked doors, no more you having to deal with delayed gratification, no more of feeling like you have to deal with a certain obstacle or hurdle. Your value, pay attention to this, especially with everything that's happening energetically, Leo. Your value is getting ready to increase exponentially. But not only on a value that you bring materially, whether it is financially, whether it is your offerings that you can bring to other people by being an asset, but your personal value is elevating. But this is like you're really getting ready to step into a glow up, like physically. But the physical appearance of you is now getting ready to match your reality, which the reality and the life that you will be moving into or experiencing also is in alignment with your value internally. You're rearranging your life, but the reason why is prior to what we're looking at right now, where you've come from and what you've had to overcome, which takes me back to this Two of Swords. That's the most important card here. This brings me to the saying, thank God I don't look like what I've been through. Period. Across the board. Does not matter what you've been through. Thank God you don't look like that, what you've been through. And I don't say that. I hope that some people take that as an insult when I say that, and it's never meant that way. But thank God. And now looking at this, you may have felt like either people didn't acknowledge yourself, acknowledge your worth, which is what I'm trying to say. You may have felt like people may have not acknowledged your worth, may have not seen your value. You may have felt like you were passed up on opportunities. You may have felt like you had to really fight your way, figuratively, not literally, and hopefully not literally, through some difficult situations to get to where you are at today, or to get to where now the door gets to open for you. It's like, I'm hearing a name beginning with the A, and this feels like whether it's specifically either like a grandmother or some form of like a maternal energy in some sense, whether it's like a grandmother, an aunt, maybe somebody that you viewed in a maternal way. But it's time. It's time. Your request and where you want it to be, what you want your life, even if you can just feel it, what you've always wanted in some degree. Your prayers, your manifestations, Your prayers, your manifestations, if I can speak, your prayers, your manifestations have not fallen on deaf ears. It hasn't. And I can sit up here and tell you that all day. But if I'm looking at justice, the Empress, and the Ace of Pentacles, this is divine justice. This is divine karma coming back to finally work in your favor. So I want to see a little bit more. Tell me more, Spirit, for my Leos. Okay. I'm not going to take all of those, but we got the Seven of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands. Yeah. This is something, it's like, oh my God, it's hard to describe because I'm looking at three different facets of you. I'm looking at your material world, right? This could be considered your home, your car, your job, your income. I'm looking at you internally as an individual. So how you feel about yourself, your internal regulation, your sense of self-esteem and self-confidence and worth. And then I'm also looking at you physically, externally, your appearance. I'm looking, there's three different aspects here. You may have felt like in different phases, right? Maybe not all at the same time, but even if it's in different phases, that you weren't seeing movement or growth in the way that you wanted to. So for example, materially, your outside world, right? You may have invested in maybe wanting to get a new car, wanting to get a new home, maybe wanting to get a different job or do something that you feel really fulfilled in and do something that really is purposeful for you in whatever sense of the word. But you may have not had the resources, or you may have not known which direction to go about it. Even if you had the resources, what do I do next? What direction do I go? How do I actually change my physical reality to match what it is that I want? So I'm looking at a blockage there. Then I'm looking at another blockage when it comes to your own sense of self-esteem and self-worth and confidence, where you started to breathe life back into yourself. You started to pour into yourself. You started to nurture in some way your inside, right? Maybe your confidence may have been lacking. You may have been boosting up your confidence, your self-esteem, your sense of self-worth. It's like you've worked on those aspects of yourself, but your external world may have not matched that, meaning you may have still been around people or situations that didn't value you, even though you were starting to value yourself or continue to value yourself. But you may have been around people who didn't still see that, or in jobs that didn't appreciate you or see your sense of value or self-worth, or dealing with relationship partners or dating cycles where people weren't acknowledging your sense of value and self-worth, yet on the inside, you've been working on yourself to have that boosted, but the reality wasn't matching. And then lastly, your physical, right? Maybe you're a Leo that was wanting to gain weight or lose weight and not really seeing the progress. Or you were a Leo that maybe wanted to get work done, but maybe didn't have the financial situation or was unsure of what to do about it. Should you go here? Should you go there? Maybe you were a Leo that wanted to change something about your aesthetic or your appearance, but unsure, or should I or should I not? It's like there's three ways I can break this reading down, and all of them can go in depth. But to make a long story less long, you've done the work in all three facets, or you are at least at the bare bones minimum in progress of getting it done. But I think that's kind of the frustrating part, because even though you may have been doing the work in these areas, boom, the Eight of Wands is in the reverse. It's like I'm doing the work, but then what? What am I doing this for? Like, why would Spirit put the insight on me? Why would Spirit give me the insight? Why would Spirit show me or inform to me, whether it's through a dream, whether it's through a premonition, whether it's through prayer, that you know what, you can have this, or you can do this. All you have to do is work on these aspects. And you've done that, you've invested, but your reality hasn't matched it. Now with the Ace of Pentacles, Two of Swords in reverse, whatever that wall is, whether it's in all three facets, right? Or whether it's in maybe one of the other, that door is opening for you, straight up. And this is like you are elevating, I would say beyond your belief, but you know. And I feel like that would be almost insulting to say, because you absolutely know how you're elevating, and you know how you're getting ready to elevate because you've been putting in that work. So I couldn't sit here and say, well, Leo, you don't know how you, but no, you know. I think you know just as well as me, if not much more. You know how you're getting ready to elevate. But let's look a little bit further here, Spirit, for my Leos. What else can you tell me? Okay. Should I leave it here? 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 I was about to say I've seen, but I see Seven of Pentacles, how much you've invested into yourself. And again, this is coming from it feels like three different facets of your life, areas. I've seen how you've invested in yourself, but I also see Eight of Wands. Okay, I've done the internal work, or I've done the external work, whether it's materially or physically. But where is the progress with this? Why am I not being either shown a direction, or why am I not seeing movement happen now after doing the work, after having spirit giving me the insight and having spirit tell me through my intuition what to do and actually acting on it? Why am I not seeing the results? I'm literally looking at a 10 of Cups, 9 of Cups in the sun. I will say this until I'm black and blue in the face, but I'm only going to say it once. Sometimes, Leo, and as much as I love you, I think I can say this because we family. I'm an honorary Leo at this point. Sometimes, Leo, you got to get the F out your own way. And sometimes you just got to sit. Even when you don't want your season to be a sit-in season, even when you feel like you've done the work or done what you've needed to do, the world does not move on your time. It just does not. And you're not going to get what you want within the time frame that you want to get it just because you've done the work. Now, what will happen when you do the work, when it's your time, your number gets called. So whether you've done the work yesterday or you did the work a year ago, when your time gets called, then you're pulled up. Then that door opens for you. Then you get to have those experiences. But just because you do the work does not mean the work that you've done, you're getting ready to see the results afterwards. Sometimes you can do the work and the results don't show up 2 years from later, 3 years from later, or sometimes it doesn't show up till 6 months or 3 weeks. That's not your place to control and call. That's beyond our own control. Your ticket is being called. A 9 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles in the sun. Your ticket's being called. This is time. So yes, if it's been a long wait, if it's been a long time, sorry, that's just how the game goes. That's just how life goes. Even when you do the work, we don't get immediately rewarded. Not always. Some people, yes, but not always. This is your season. I literally am not going to pull anything else, but 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, the sun, this is your season. Like I mentioned, that door is opening for you, and with the Ace of Pentacles and with the Empress being here, things are now getting ready to fall into place. Keep in mind, is it a general reading? Of course. But also keep in mind what I said too. Even if you've done the work, does not mean your ticket is getting ready to get called immediately. But nonetheless, for the Leos that this does resonate for, the Leos that this does really connect with, the Leos that what I am saying is the experience you've been through, I would say comfortably, especially around this springtime, but summer, because all of this is giving me warm outside and the heat kind of energy. If you look back where you were 6 months prior, and let's fast forward you, let's catapult you to June of 2023, your life is going to be completely different. By the time June of 2023 rolls around, bookmark this video, save it if you got to. When that time frame comes around, you are going to be able to look back 6 months from now, right? Which would be January. You will be able to say confidently, and I will say this to you confidently, your life will look different. It just will. So Leo, I love you. I'm so freaking proud of you. Do your thing. And also too, be real. Be real about what you're going through. It's a process. It is. So be well. Take care. Love you, Leo. Bye.